any background again because there is no real background maps available for India. Let me just. No, these are bitmaps, and you cannot load bitmaps to the device. You can just pause it on. And again, you'll see the same stuff. But on a blank screen, basically, because unless somebody starts creating total maps of India, it will always remain blank, and only the points that you have drawn will be visible. But it's more than enough because you can compare this with your current position, and that's all you need to know, basically, to navigate through the hills. You can press the zoom in, the zoom out buttons to see different zoom levels, basically. Yeah, but let's see about that. I've heard many stories, but I still need to see the first guy coming, showing some decent maps. Okay, so this is typically the preparation that goes on before every trek. What do we do after the treks? After the treks, typically we come back with the real GPS trails, right? The actual trails where we have been trekking, where we have been logging our latitude, longitude, altitude, and timing information. So let me just show you some of these real trails that we got back. So I think I typically keep them in my Gorman directly here, DOA, and let us take a look at this DOA 3-point GPX. So again, let me first open it up in Gorman, map source, Gorman, that was like 3. Well, so here you can see actually the real trail that we have been following throughout the trek. So we started the trek, and you can see various points here. So whenever we meet some important thing like a pool, or like a pool, or like the first place where we got running water after walking for almost 5 kilometers, drinkable water. So these are like important places, gorges that we meet, some viewpoints, day 2 camp, day 1 camp, all that stuff. Where we meet a Jeep trail in the middle of nowhere. All these things you can basically, while you're in the field, you can put markers at these points so that later on when you show this onto a map, you know exactly in the map where you have camped, where you were at that viewpoint. So this again is, in Gorman map source we don't have any decent maps. So basically what you would like to do is show this on top of a Google map. Right, so what again you can do is then you can go to this interesting website called GPS Visualizer. You can take the trail that you have logged in the field, and you can then show this, for example, on a Google map, which will basically show you the exact trail you have been walking on during, in this case, 4 days, 75 kilometers. So now basically this tool is overlaying your trail down to from the GPS on top of a bit more useful map. Voila. So there is basically the entire trail. So you can view this trail on top of a satellite image. More interesting sometimes is to again look at the terrain view, so you can really see all the turns and the twists you have been following across the screen. Yeah. So one thing that happens, like Arun was also saying there, at all times you actually need a clear view through 3 satellites, where it's like the triangle of positioning going on. So in some of these points, it's like you have like 100 meters of rocks on both sides, so actually you lose sight, and you only have maybe only 1 or 2 satellites visible. Then you will actually lose a signal, and then you get these very noisy lines that the GPS doesn't know exactly where it is. So here, all these straight lines basically zoom, zoom, zoom. So between this point and here, I guess there would have been lots of signal, and here it just, did like a straight connection. That's again possible in that GPS. There you will have an on-screen keyboard, A, B, C, D, E, F, C, where you can click, 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 and you can give names, right? Because if you can't put a name, then you don't really know what was there in that location. Yeah. Yeah, that exactly happened here, Tari. So if you look at it, yeah, so basically if you look here, the river actually goes this way. I can actually show you through the satellite. That's a very good question. The stream actually goes this way. But I don't know if you guys remember when I sent the Better Live 3 photos that I was talking about, like a very narrow gorge and a 40-meter falls. That falls is actually here. That gorge is here. That gorge is like a 100-meter deep, like 300-meter long, and just 5-meter wide. So obviously here the satellite signal was completely disturbed in this gorge. And here we're basically coming to a 40-meter fall, which again it's not visible on this terrain view because this is again, doesn't have like that much precision. But here somewhere there's a 40-meter fall, so here we're completely stuck. We had like 100 meters of rocks on both sides, left and right. And in front of us we had a 40-meter drop, vertical drop. So we actually had to go back here and party. And we actually, again, we cannot go left and right because for this entire trail, both left and right is like steep on both sides, as you can see. So we're actually able to climb through some side valley. Here again, you can see that there's a bit of a side valley where the top lines are a bit less steep. And so what actually we did it from the camp too, there was actually a right trail where we followed the side valley. Here again, we were unlucky because again, there was a 15-meter vertical drop to fall. So we had to climb up on the hill. Actually, through this side, we had to climb. This again, like completely disturbed the signal. We actually climbed up on the left side. So we climbed up on top of the hill here actually. So we completely circumvented this stretch, and then we're actually trying to go back to the mainstream, but we are not able to because here again you have like 100 meters of drop of rock. So basically we continued walking on top of the hill, we continued walking. Here actually we climbed down steeply to a stream again, so you can see again this is like clearly a stream here. So we climbed down, we followed the stream. Again, we got stuck on a 5-meter vertical drop. We had to climb out of the stream. And so here again, actually we followed the stream, we came to this stream, we followed this stream. Here we got stuck. We had to go a little bit back, climb up. Again, fairly steep here, as you can see, because this is 40-meter increases. And then again, we climbed. Here we followed the top line, so at the same altitude, we followed the side of the edge. Here we met a jeep trail. And then actually we followed this jeep trail, we followed it, and that actually didn't get us anywhere. We were thinking this was going to a village, but it didn't. It ended up in the middle of nowhere. So we actually came back along the jeep trail, and then basically here we again walked over the hills. Here we started walking down. You can see we're going from 900 to 800 to 700. Again, we got into some stream here, and finally we reached the plains. And we kind of again came to some G trail. So once in a while, indeed, we get stuck, especially on those streams. Sometimes the rock becomes soft. You get a steep drop in the rock formation, and you need to go up on the left and the right side. Mainly, you want to avoid that because once you leave the stream, you refill your water bottles. But again, with 2-3 liters of water, climbing up